Let's go ahead and get things underway. I'm going to go ahead and move us over to this screen real quick. Hey, everyone. Spidey Librarian here, and welcome to Show It, the live streaming show where I show an episode of a show and react to that episode and show that reaction on my YouTube channel. Just how many times can I use the word show in a single sentence? I'll keep trying to find out. Anyways, welcome. We're going to be watching Season 4, Episode 14 of Star Trek Voyager. It is the episode called Message in a Bottle. And I think I've seen clips of this episode. I have not seen the episode itself in its entirety, so I'm really looking forward to that. This is going to conclude the month of Star Trek that I've done on this channel. And we are going to go ahead and wow, my brain just decided to stop working there. It's going to conclude the month of Star Trek that we have done on this channel. I've been watching the movies. I've been watching various episodes of Star Trek shows from the franchise that I have not seen, and this is going to be one of them, so I'm looking forward to it. Okay. All right, let me say hello. Wolf MCOC is already in the chat. Good to see you, my friend. CG Anime Fan is here. He's been preparing for tonight's stream. I felt curious about Voyager for a few years, decided to finally start watching it today. That's interesting. What episodes have you watched so far? Let me know in the chat. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get things underway fairly quickly here. I'm going to go ahead and start by muting the desktop, plugging in the old headphones, and then putting on said ye old headphones. Okay. There we go. All right. Okay. And while we're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and bring us up to the overlay itself. There we go. And yeah. Okay. So let's see. Let's see, I'm just checking on the framing. This is a decent place here to do the start from. And then, let's see, I'm going to go ahead and get the episode. Well, not started, but we're going to go ahead and do the sound test. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it and see what we get. Okay. There we go. All right, about 10. Oh. Okay, so we got just enough of the episode to see Bellana insulting someone in front of Chakotay. To Chakotay, actually. So, all right. Hopefully you guys didn't hear anything. If you did, let me know. Otherwise, well, even if you didn't, let me know. I just want to know the status, make sure that everything is copacetic. I'm going to go ahead and make it quick. Well, no, I think the overlay actually looks fine. Okay. All right, let's see. CG Anime Fan watched a Q episode from the second season. Ooh, it was Death Wish, wasn't it? That's actually one of my favorite episodes of Voyager. I think that's an excellent, excellent episode. Also, because he wanted to see 7 of 9, he saw some season 4 episodes, saw a message in a bottle so he can follow along for the stream. Nice, good, good. So you will have seen it technically before I do. Okay, so then you're kind of familiar with the premise of Voyager then, you know, that's the crew of Voyager. They get pulled into the Delta Quadrant. That happens back in the first episode. And there's basically 75 years from home. And so they're basically just trying to get home. That's the basic setup for the large premise of the series. So it's I don't know. It's one of those episodes that I expect to have a bit of an emotional reaction because, like, if you've been unable to contact home for several years and then you finally get to be able to do it, it's, you know, that's kind of a big moment. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. Anyways, we're good to go there. Sound test, as far as I can tell, was successful. CG seems to think so as well. So, okay. And you like what you've seen of Voyager so far? You've seen at least, I mean, Death Wish is a good episode. You should probably see Caretaker parts 1 and 2 because that's the beginning of the show. It sets up the premise pretty well. The episode Timeless is really good, and then the two-parter called Basics, I think, is really good too. So, those would be some good kind of start-offs for you, but you definitely have found some good ones on your own. So, okay, all right. I seem to have a bit in my tongue, so if I sound a bit weird, I apologize for that. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and before I get started, just let people know if you're here for audio and visual from the feature in question, it's not going to happen. Copyright issues, I don't want to deal with them. You don't want me dealing with them. That's kind of the whole thing there. This is a watch party, so you have the opportunity to watch it along with me. I do have the timer down here. You can basically use the timer to see where I am, and you can kind of zip in to where I might happen to be. As long as you've got access to the feature in question. So anyways, we will at some point eventually start making reaction content off of this material. But to that end, we're going to have an intro, the viewing, what I call the post-mortem, where we review and react to what we've seen, and then there will be an outro, at which point we will be done. So yeah, that's kind of what we got. We're going to go ahead and get started in just a moment here. You're welcome. You are absolutely welcome for the recommendations. Okay. So I mentioned before there will be an intro, and that intro is starting right now. Hey everyone, Spidey Librarian here, and welcome to Show It, the live streaming show where I show an episode of a show on my YouTube channel and show that reaction. How many times can I use the word show in a single sentence? I don't know, but I'm going to keep trying. Tonight's feature is going to be from the show Star Trek Voyager. We are going to be watching the episode Message in a Bottle. It is season 4. I think it's episode number 14. And yeah, that's what we're going to be watching. Please remember that as Show It is both a watch party and reaction, this will serve as a watch party and reaction to Star Trek Voyager Season 4, Episode 14, Message in a Bottle. So this is the final show feature, and frankly, just the final, celebration of Star Trek this month. And I said that I was going to watch an episode of various shows from across the franchise that I had never seen. These are all shows that I've watched at least some parts of, and so you would think that if I'd seen one part of a show, I'd sat down and watched all of it, and that has rarely been the case. I think in terms of Star Trek franchises that I've seen all of, Next Generation is one of them, and Lower Decks is one of them. Most of New Trek I've seen. I've seen all of Discovery. I've seen all of Star Trek Picard, and I've seen all of Strange New Worlds up to this point as well. But a lot of the old classic stuff, I caught most of it. I got most of Deep Space Nine, but there are still a couple of episodes that I know I haven't seen. I can't tell you how many episodes of the original series I haven't seen, and there are quite a few of Voyager that I have not seen as well. But the premise of Voyager is kind of what's important here. Voyager is essentially it's kind of the Odyssey in space. This ship wants to get home, and they're so far away, they keep trying, and they keep getting foiled. That's the premise. They're trapped in the Delta Quadrant. They're not even trapped. They're just so far away that they're not going to get home at any point in their lifetimes. So they're a bit homesick. They are missing a lot of their friends and family. And so Message in a Bottle to my understanding, is the episode where they finally managed to establish contact with Starfleet from the Delta Quadrant. So I'm expecting a fairly emotional episode here. Voyager as a whole is one of those series that I'm like, it's okay. I don't feel like it has the best writing, and it's got some good character moments at times, but then it's also got some really dastardly ones. And I feel a lot of it is due to lazy writing. With that said, Voyager had an uncanny knack for showing a whole bunch of episodes that are like, yeah, they're all right, they're passable. You got an occasional stinker, but they're okay. They're not going to win any awards. But then like about once a season, they they write, direct, produce, act, whatever, an episode that just knocks it out of the dang park. And I'm hoping that Message in a Bottle is one of those episodes, because you would think that them finally being able to talk to the people at home would be a big deal. So I'm looking forward to watching this episode, which we are going to do in just a moment. If you enjoy these reactions, please go ahead and thwip the like button, and if you haven't already, consider subscribing as well. Also, consider sharing this out with your friends, your family, your followers, anyone that you think would enjoy my reaction to these media. In this case, Star Trek fans. Whether you like or dislike this episode, let me know why in the comments. I would love to have a conversation with you about this show. And finally, you can find the full and unedited live stream of this reaction on my YouTube channel. Each show has its own playlist under the category Watch Party. In addition, I will be creating a special list of Star Trek shows that this episode will certainly be a part of. Whichever of them you go looking for, you can find these playlists on my channel under the category Watch Party. And I think that's everything, so we're going to go ahead and get ready in just a moment. All right. All right. You ready? I'm ready. I've been looking forward to this one. Get to witness this historic moment in Voyager's history. Okay, let me go ahead and call up the script for my timer. All right, and again, for those of you who are unfamiliar, what we will be doing here is I will throw out a thwip. About a second later, I will, oh, hold on. Got a little bit of an issue there. There we go. Okay. About a second later, I will hit play on the feature, and then after that, I will go and hit go on the timer. I'm going to go ahead and give myself a couple of extra seconds, and that way, hopefully, everything will be caught up by the time I hit the timer. Okay? All right. I've been looking forward to this. Let's get to it. Okay, everyone. Star Trek Voyager, Season 4, Episode 14, Ship in a Bottle. Okay. All right, hold on. I don't like that positioning there. Okay, all right, there we go. All right. Here we go. All right, I might be slightly ahead on the timer, but whatever. Okay, Bellana does not like 7. Okay. Mhm. Okay, Bellana. All right. Well, Chakotay was just like, no, you figure out how to deal with someone you don't like. So, what has Seven found? Wait, what? It's a Starfleet vessel? What's it doing out in the Delta Quadrant? Of course, that's when they choose to go to commercial. All right. It's been a while since I've watched Voyager. I don't know. I liked its opening theme. Much as I liked Deep Space Nine, um, it didn't really I didn't feel like it had much to it, whereas like at least with this one we get to see the ship in action. This shot of it going through like the nebula matter right there is really pretty. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I definitely have my issues with this show, but like there are some aspects of it that are actually very well done. I will admit that. Now, Seven of Nine at this point, I think, is still fairly new. I don't remember exactly when she joined Voyager, but it it was either at the end of season three or around the beginning of season four. I don't remember. Um, I do remember Kess left, and then they had to find another blonde woman, I guess, to replace her with. Message in a bottle. Wait, what? Oh, can you hail them? Get on it. Yeah. Yeah, she is like, oh my God. I would be too. Okay, send them something. Can you read us? Come on. Is anything going to happen? Oh, it's their message. Okay. What is happening? Yeah, I know. She's handling this way better than I would be. Oh, okay. So does the doctor have his hollow emitter by this point? Can he move around? Wow, she just like beamed him over to astrometrics. Oh my god. So they're zipping him across the Delta Quadrant to. Wow. I would. Okay, this is a chance to become a hero. Why not? Here we go. All right. Beam him out. Okay. And now I guess you just have to wait. And he's in the starship in the Alpha Quadrant. Prometheus. Prometheus. Okay. If I remember correctly, this ship can like split into three or something like that. Okay, you should. Oh, whoa, whoa! Is that someone lying down? Oh God! There are dead Starfleet officers on this vessel. He's still alive. Okay. Oh God. Romulans have taken over the ship. Okay. Just enough time to give him the critical piece of information and then die. Don't you just hate that? That's so inconvenient. Yeah, they've got an entire crew. He looks familiar, actually. Okay. 27? Holy crap. Okay, well then. He's beamed onto a ship that has been captured by Romulans. Of course. Yeah, you're not getting that. Okay. All right, so another Starfleet vessel has intercepted it. Okay. Who is that guy? He looks familiar. Okay. Okay, yeah, this is where it's going to split apart. They're not going to talk to you right now. Wow. Is there fog on the floor? Okay, why would it do that? I don't know, but sure. What? Okay. Now, was this ship at warp the whole time? Because that is pretty impressive if that's the case. Okay, so they needed a Romulan to get hurt, so they'll have to interact with the Doctor. You and him in this level 4 clearance. Doctor, that's, this is what you're here for. Do it. Do your thing. This is smart. Mhm. Okay, and is he gonna knock this guy out? I totally would knock him out. Okay, all right. So I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but this EMH sounds kind of gay. Oh God, the inferior program. Oh my God, he's even more insufferable than the Doctor was. He should know about Voyager if he's part of the ship's database. Probably should have explained. You should have led with that, Doc. He deactivated himself. Yeah. Wow. this just became one hell of a mission. The Dominion. Oh, wow. Yeah. That is a long story. Oh, God. Okay. Sedate the Romulan, make sure he doesn't wake up for a long time, and figure something out. Oh my God. They're trying to one up each other. Yes. Whatever you can. You do whatever you can. He's new. His programming is controlling him, so. Oh boy. Oh my God, these two. I'm not even going to start asking about medical terminology. So they don't have a thrombic modulator on Voyager. Big deal. Oh my, dude. Damn, dude. I'm pretty sure he's going to need his help for that specifically. Yeah, Voyager, they're just sitting here. This is what they're doing. They're just sitting there twiddling their thumbs, waiting. Letters home. It's hopeful though, you know? Like I get it. Probably everyone on the crew has got someone that they want to communicate with. Whoa. Why are these guys in sickbay? And why is Neelix here? Oh God. Tom is the doctor while the doctor is gone. Oh, I was going to say stomach ache. I guess Neelix is here as the morale officer. Oh, what kind of what kind of chili did he make for them? Did he use like a did he use like a ghost pepper in it or something? Okay. Jalapenos? Did he mean jalapenos? Oh God. I mean, it's like these two programs. The programmers put more XP into their wit than to their bedside manners. God. He can go anywhere on the ship. Nice. He's like, "Ooh. Okay, thanks for telling us that." Oh my God. I have had sex. I've made some modifications. The dude's like, "Ooh, could I get some of those?" Well, this ought to be interesting. Okay. He's not used to doing stuff like this. He doesn't know how to do any of this, but the doctor has experience. So, okay. Go do your thing, Doc. Dude's like, "All right, fine, I'll submit." Wow. Oh. They're not taking it back to the planet. They're taking it back to their shadow government. What do you mean? He's been scanning you. It's all there in his thing. See? I like this episode, but it is a little silly. Stay away from Neelix's chili. Yeah, Paris doesn't like to be anywhere but driving the ship. Medical exile. That's not something he. Yeah. Oh, Tom. Tom, Tom, Tom. Oh boy, here we go. You're rude. Oh boy. Whoa. What is that? The Hirogen? The Hirogen. I've heard of the Hirogen, but I don't remember where. Like, they appear in Voyager, but. Oh wow, there's no way you could be sentient. Wow. You were sent by Starfleet. Mm-hmm. That's what they that's what you guys would think. How are they going to do that? And it looks like the Mark II came through. Nice. Uh, okay, all right, all right. You got it. We got it. Come on. You should still say thank you to him. I was like, where are they? Oh boy. Yeah, let's get rid of this unconscious Romulan and see if we can, do a intergalactic U-turn. So is my neck. Stop it anyways. What? What? Okay. That's a nice trick. Uh-oh. What are we doing? Is the ship designed to self-destruct, maybe? Oh yeah, I'll bet that's it. Yep. Okay, now what? Oh, and they're gonna be Tal Shiar warbirds too. You guys need to get out of there. Oh my God. Whoa. 7. Yes, it is. That was really funny. Bellana's like, I can respect that. Good move. Nice move, kid. He's short. Oh boy. I don't know about that. Yeah, we haven't. Yeah, we haven't finished. Nicer. Harry's Harry's like, dude, just let me work. Yep. Yep. I knew this was going to happen. You're going to be stuck in being the medical man forever, Tom. Yeah, Dr. Paris. That's funny. Okay. Oh. What? Commander Ricard, huh? You first. Almanac? Almanac? Oh boy. Whoa. They're not going to last very long. Yeah. They're trying to destroy the prototype ship so that the Romulans can't get it. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. But if they can get out of this, the Doctor can talk to Starfleet. How many ships? Well, they would have scrambled a bunch of ships to rescue this prototype. Oh boy. That doesn't look good. He's got to find the station first. Ooh, torpedo! I can fire torpedoes. Yeah, fire on the warbirds, not the Starfleet vessels. Oh God, we're coming back to the sex jokes. We're gonna see this multi-vector assault mode again. All Romulan warbirds, yeah. Okay, they got one. Oh God, now they're hyping each other up. Snark, snark, snark. But now the Doctor actually gets to talk to Starfleet personnel. It better be the right Doctor, too. Come on. Come on, pull him through. There we go. Oh, good. Okay. Oh, yay. I will say this for Kate Mulgrew. She's got a very expressive face when it comes to just like doing the subtle emotions. Okay, all right. Let's see. We've got about 30 seconds of credits left. So, oh, and of course, I didn't stop it from jumping to the next episode. So I'm just going to go ahead and stop the. Hold on. I'm going to go ahead and stop uh, the timer. We'll go ahead and reset it. Okay. All right. Okay. Um. Okay. So that was a fun episode, and yeah, like I don't know the end where they well I'll talk about that in a second. We'll do the postmortem, but yeah, I do have some feelings about how that ending was delivered. So Let's see. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Post-mortem time. Okay, so yes, this is the episode in which Voyager officially makes contact with Starfleet. The Doctor sets the record straight. Like fairly big moment. I guess I wish that it had been paid off a little bit more. So, but you know, I mean, spoiler for like a 25-year-old show. I mean, they eventually make it home. Eventually, okay? But like the show is about kind of that journey home, and so I suppose I can't fault it too much for, like that whole um occasion feeling a bit abrupt because it is kind of just the start of Voyager's, you know, it's not the start of their quest to get back home. It is the start of them actually making it home, though. And you know, when you don't know how long your show is going to be on the air, you tend to want to like keep as much close to the vest as possible. With that said, this mostly ended up being an episode that was like it was mostly a romp for the Doctor. Which I mean, I don't have a problem with that. I actually like the Doctor is actually one of the characters that I really like from Voyager. Um, he becomes a he becomes a little bit of a Mary Sue towards the end of the series, but like this was just a fun episode where he he ends up being able to beam into a ship in the Alpha Quadrant. He meets the EMH Mark II. They they overthrow a Romulan attempt to take over the ship. It's a very silly episode in a lot of ways, but it's also a very funny episode because you see that while they continue to they continue to refine the EMH process, they don't seem to be able to do much with that EMH's bedside manner or their snarky wit. Um, so I imagine Robert Picardo and then what was the actor's name? Andy Dick, who plays the EMH2. Like they probably had a whole lot of fun filming this. The rest of the cast, they had like a little bit to do, but nowhere near as much as Robert Picardo and Andy Dick did. Um, and it's fun watching them like try to one up each other. It's fun to watch them snark at each other, snipe at each other. Um, but there was just so much of it in this episode that for the kind of narrative development of hey, Voyager's finally going to make contact with the Alpha Quadrant. It just like that moment. I guess I just wish had been a little bit more front and center to the episode than EMH1 and EMH2. Having an adventure together. Like I didn't mind that. It's just that like I wish it hadn't taken up like 95% of the narrative. If it had been condensed down to like 80%, and then we could have given a little bit more of that to the kind of like emotional impact of them, you know, getting their message through and, maybe getting a bit more detail about it. I felt like that would have, made the episode a lot better. With that said, I was entertained by this episode. I thought it was fun. And, I'm pretty sure there are other steps and milestones on Voyager's journey home, some of which I have seen, and some of which I still have to see. In any case, I enjoyed this episode, and hopefully you did as well. Thank you for watching this reaction. If you enjoyed it, please go ahead and thwip the like button, and if you haven't already, consider subscribing as well. Also, consider sharing this out with your friends, your family, your followers, anyone that you think would enjoy my reaction to these media. In this case, Star Trek fans. Um, what'd you think of this episode? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Let me know why in the comments. I would love to have a conversation with you about this show. Oh, right. You can find the full and unedited live stream of this reaction on my YouTube channel. Each show has its own playlist under the category Watch Party, and I've made a special playlist of Star Trek shows, just kind of across the franchise, that this stream will certainly be a part of. So, whichever of those playlists you go looking for, be sure to look for them on my channel under the category Watch Party. And finally, channel memberships are now live on the Spidey Librarian YouTube channel. Check out the membership tiers and see which benefits you'd like access to. Perks include shoutouts, members-only videos, members-only live streams, and early access to selected uploaded content. And a few other benefits as well. And that's not even mentioning my custom emotes and badges, which I think look pretty good. Check out the membership tiers today and see which perks you'd like access to. All right, and I think that's everything. So thanks again for watching. This is Spidey Librarian, and until my next stream or upload, I'll be wishing you a good day. Okay. Let me have a look at the chat. CG had a lot to say here. Let's see. Likes what he's seen of Voyager so far. He said thank you for some of the recommendations I made. Let's see. Some Star Trek shows are so long that it feels hard to see everything. Yeah, for those shows, you basically want like a curated list. So like I would say it's a good idea to watch about a dozen episodes from each show and find a curated list. Like what do some people say are the best episodes of some of those shows, and check those out, you know? All right. Okay, CG thinks I picked a good episode of Voyager to do a stream for. Yeah. In the past, he felt conflicted about whether or not he wanted to watch Voyager because he wanted to see 7 of 9, but it takes a while for her to show up. Yeah, no. She's kind of like a midpoint entry into the show. Like I don't think she shows up until this till the 4th season. So all right, decided to skip ahead to when 7 of 9 showed to see if he could follow along and like the show, and so far it's been working out. Good, I'm glad. So far, not a big fan of the theme, but it could grow on you. I mean, I like it better than, I'm gonna like almost anything better than Enterprise's theme. Enterprise's theme kind of pissed me off. And it pissed off a lot of Star Trek fans because like it was just kind of like, why are you trying to put, like, even if it's a soft rock song, why are you making a rock song a Star Trek theme? Don't do that, you know? I don't know. Let's see. The Doctor seems like a pretty cool character that's able to add some comedy relief without being annoying. Oh, he can be plenty annoying. He can be plenty annoying. Trust me on that. But he is decent comic relief. I would definitely recommend watching the first 2-part episode of Voyager, The Caretaker, because the Doctor is very different in that episode from how he is in Message in a Bottle. He's really come a long way. So, let me see. The Doctor seems to be like the Data of Voyager without being too similar to be boring, like how Data feels like Spock, but in an interesting way. I mean, I suppose so. He has some commonalities with Data. I would definitely like sort of like, okay, so Data's like Spock, the Doctor's like Data. I don't think the Doctor is anything like Spock, though. So, you know. Before seeing the episode, he didn't know that Andy Dick would be in it. He played the EMH. In hindsight, it's hard not to feel creeped out when seeing him because of his real life behavior. So I don't know a lot about Andy Dick's real life behavior. I do know that he was an actor, and I do know that he was kind of considered kind of like a joke actor in a lot of ways, but I don't know much more than that. Um, so I don't know. I'll look up his real life behavior at some point. Don't feel free not to tell me about it in the chat simply because I I I don't want to find out that he's, been like doing Kevin Spacey type things or Bill Cosby type things while I'm streaming. I don't think I would have I don't think I'd respond very well to that. Aside from feeling discomfort by Andy Dick's presence, he had a good time watching the episode. Thinks that it's really interesting. Okay. He's looking forward to learning more about Voyager. It seems like a pretty good show. It's all right. It's all right. It has its good moments. I will give it that much. Tom Paris seems like a funny character. Yeah, he is in a lot of ways, which I'm not sure they intended him to be, but you know, you play the role that you grow into, I guess. All right, CG, watch the episode that comes afterwards, and it's a really good continuation. Oh yeah, okay. The theme from Motion Picture and Next Generation feels like the definitive Star Trek theme in CG's opinion. I mean, like, I'm sure there are people who are fans of the original series that would like a word with you. Um, and I really don't care what the definitive theme is. That's not at all what that's about. Um, the when I'm talking about the themes, I'm just talking about whether or not they're well done. If they do a good job of setting the tone for the specific show they're a part of. Um, like, yeah, I'm gonna rank them, I suppose, if I absolutely have to. But like DS9, one of my favorite Star Trek shows for a very long time. I'm not gonna put its theme anywhere near the top of the list, though. It's not a bad theme. It's actually a pretty good theme. But yeah, you have the Next Generation theme. You have the original series theme. In my opinion, you have Strange New Worlds' theme, which I think is pretty good. And then you have, like, I mean, there's a lot of people that like Discovery's theme. I like that one too. Um, and then way at the bottom of a lot of people's lists, you're going to find Enterprise's theme. But uh, to certain people who grew up with certain shows, the definitive Star Trek theme is just going to differ from person to person. That's just kind of the way it is. So, all right. Anyways, um, this was a fun episode. Um, again, I wish it had focused a little bit more on Voyager's like kind of like emotional realization that they've connected with home. But I will say that the show does pay that off in other ways at other times. So, anyways, I'm gonna get going. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight, guys, and thanks for being here for the Star Trek themed month. This has been a good month. I'm actually still working on my video for the top 10 most memorable moments for me from Star Trek. I don't know when I'll get that out, but it is a thing I work on in my spare time. But in the meantime, I'm gonna head off. I gotta work tomorrow, so I gotta get some sleep soon. So, anyways, guys, thanks for being here. Take care. This is Spidey Librarian, and until my next stream or upload, I'll be wishing you a good day. Bye.